Good morning. It is me, Pearl, of Pearl and the Prayers. And this is Tuned In Tarot. And we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us. It's 9:22 on the clock. In our interactions with others, good morning, Saffron. In our external environment, and if we want to see change, we have to make change. And for the love of God, people, could we make change? Because the obstacles that I'm looking at that we need to remove are so annoying. I'm just like, will it ever end? Will it? But it will. I know it will. I know it will. I'm going to get coffee. Okay, we come here thinking we need something. I think I need these obstacles to be removed. Hello, Sarah, 1222. I see that for you. And it's 101 when I just looked at my timer. So I think I want my obstacles to be removed, and that is what it will be in my best interest. But the universe has, bigger plans for me. And so this is what will really help us. This is the card that tells us this is what we actually need. We think we need insert whatever you're here for, but what you really need when it lines up, when you're like, I need this, and then the card flips and you're like, yay! That so rarely happens. But anyway, what we really need is, this is the 5 of Cups. And this card says disappointment. We need to be able to handle disappointment. We need to know what it causes it. We need to know how to counter it. We need to learn how we need to learn how to be optimistic and look at our cups as half full instead of half empty. And very interesting because I just started a gratitude challenge. If you want to join me, there's an app called Fabulous. I have the strangest wound I received yesterday. I got like a flesh wound where I don't know, it was when I was walking my dog, like something just scraped my skin off, but it's like the most painful thing. I'm like, why is this happening? And I keep injuring my right hand. I don't know. It was my right ring finger, which I found out has to do with love and relationships. Obviously. It was when I was getting messy. I smacked it, like really, really, really hurt it. And then I burnt it. The universe was like, bitch, stop making messes. And I was like, fine. Fine. Anyway. Disappointment. We have to deal with disappointment. We have to the gratitude, fabulous. Yes. So I challenge you to do what I'm doing, which is you can get the app. You don't need it. It's free. You don't have to pay for the upgrade to use it. But in the challenges section on that app, there is the 7-day gratitude challenge. And I'm doing that because gratitude keeps coming up over and over and over in the collective. So do it. Okay, I'm really scattered today. I'm so sorry. There's no reason for it. I went to bed at a decent time. I got up at a decent time. My dog, though, this is actually really funny. My dog really loves baths. Thank you, universe. Have the best dog ever. And so she had to get one last night because it was a little bit rainy in the morning and her feet were black because she's a white dog. Also, thank you, universe, for the white dog. But anyway, so she gets in her bath and she was just really drinking that bath water last night. Like she was just going in on it. And I was like, both of us are going to regret this. And sure enough, at like 1 a.m., after I had already been asleep for like 2 hours, she had to go. And it was so much pee. And I was like, that was literally half the bath. Anyway, we did go back to sleep and I slept in and it was nice. So I'm in a good headspace and I shouldn't be all scattered, but it's probably just the energy and I do apologize. All right, let's get started. We're going to unblock everybody. I'm going to unblock this masculine energy first because I can't with it. The general energy surrounding this block is boring and annoying. It's fine. It's the King of Cups upright and the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is literally like the most annoying. The headspace, I'm using the True Heart Intuitive Tarot today. And in the heart space, I'm using the Cosmic Tarot. Everybody knows who has been following me how I feel about the King of Cups. He's kind, he's good, he's generous, he's gracious, he's loving, he's paternal, he's just the fucking bee's knees. And he doesn't say a goddamn thing. He does not reveal his feelings or emotions. And in this King of Cups energy, he's actually got one cup in like this protective bubble. What's that about? For me, I'm feeling like there is something that there's a love that he's like trying to protect. And then there's the love he's willing to express. So annoying. And this is making him wishy-washy. Don't we know it? This is making him be like, I love you and I'm coming, but not yet because I don't know how to. Or if I want people to know, or if whatever it is, that's what's happening. Cool. So if I reflect back upon myself, then I'm open to receiving, but I'm protecting this twin connection. So I'm not truly expressing my feelings then, am I? Cool. Love that for me. Okay. Anyway, the actual obstacle. So that's the general energy. We've got this masculine energy that he's filled with love, but he's feeling so wishy-washy, and he is like trying to protect what he loves from. I noticed this clinging energy here, this like octopus arm. Oh, I'm seeing your what you're saying here. So yes, you're gonna see these. So Saffron is saying that this is literally about her best friend, that she was just dealing with this 5 minutes before this live. And that's because this is your energy, and you're gonna see this expressed here in all of your relationships, not just with your person. It's so great when you can see those parallels. But yes, this clingy energy here. Something going on there. So the masculine, it's like he's protecting his love from some kind of a clinging energy. And then he's only revealing this here. So it's not his true love. It's like, it's something else. The actual obstacle, it is this 3 of Cups card in reverse. And the Ace of Wands in reverse. Now, before you all get your feathers ruffled about this, let me just hammer this in, because there are a lot of readers who focus on the karmic relationships, karmic partnerships. There are masculines who have past karmics, karmic relationships, karmic partnerships. Sure. Every single one of those masculines also has other third-party energies, not just a person. But because your ego gets really fixated on who the masculine is spending time with, because you have an unhealed egoic bondage to the possession of someone that doesn't belong to you, you will focus on only the third-party aspect of this card, where it means other relationships. But think about your life. Your life is filled with relationships. You have a relationship with your pet. You have a relationship with your job. You have a relationship with your children. You have a relationship with your, like, the person who you stand next to every morning at the coffee shop. Those are all relationships that are outside of yourself. The person you focus on in your life right now that's not you, that's a third party. So whoever your masculine is, quote unquote, that's a third party. Why? Because you are who you're supposed to be focusing on, your own inner masculine energy. If you're focused outward or externally, you have a third party relationship. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense at first, but think about it, because I'm reading your energy. I don't know Joe Schmo from Idaho, okay? I didn't talk to that person. They didn't give me permission to read. And if they did, the only thing that I can do, this is how my guides work. I don't know how anybody else's guides work, but my guides work like this. I say, can I have information that will benefit the person standing in front of me? Because that's who I'm working with. And my guides are like, absolutely. And when that person is like, can I have information about something my ego wants to know? My guides are like, only if it's for the highest good. So if you ask me, is my person going to do this, that, and the other thing, and that information isn't meant for you, I won't get it, because it's not for you. It's your ego that wants it. So that's the kind of reader I am. So before I go into this block, I just want you to know that even if the person that you're with, that you want to be with, even if their block is a third party feminine energy that they are in a relationship with, or we're in a relationship with, or there were many third party energies, or whatever it is, that block is no bigger of an obstacle than that person's reputation or their job. And that outside person is just a representation of their inability to commit to you. It has nothing to do with the other person. The person who's, these readers who are like, oh, the karmic is doing black magic and all this kind of bullshit. No. First of all, no one, if you are good at being centered and connected with your higher self, nobody can cast shit on you. Dude, the Archangel Michael stands guard with a sword for me. So good luck. I don't even think about what other people are doing. Those kind of readers to me are not healing. They are telling really entertaining stories that we all keep watching. But the stories, the details, they really are irrelevant. The truth is, if your person has other energy and it's not you, that person is not ready to commit to you, and the other energy represents that. That's it. Period. Point blank. So you got to get your ego out of it as much as you can. I hope that helps everybody. And now I'll talk about this obstacle. It's third-party energy. But it's not what you think it is. Remember, this is a collective reading. So some of you are going to experience some things and some not. And that's why if you are like going to this reading, which I'm doing for a bunch of people, and telling stories in your head about what your person is doing because of the different layers that I talk about, that's just good information for you to find out where your wounds are that you need to heal. Because whatever you're projecting onto the relationship or whatever your fears are, that's what you need to heal, period. But those are just stories. If this person wanted to be with you right now, if this person wanted to talk to you right now, the person that you're focused on, they would do it. If there is an obstacle for them to do it, and they're like, well, I would, but I could, or I would if I could, right? Which is what this was. This is the basket guy. What if I could? Okay, well, you can't. So it's really for us to figure out how we do this. Because when we work on that and shift that, then the person that we focus on either shifts and changes and grows with us, or they get the hell out of our lives because they were bad news anyway. So some of us in the collective have masculines who are still, and we're all different timelines, right? Go to pearlspairs.com to book a personal reading to find out your specific story. That's what I'm going to say. For those of us that are at earlier stages in this timeline, the masculines are dealing with sexual energy towards third parties. They are in this reversal. They're withholding their sexual energy from third parties. They're not engaging, but they're having to control it. This is what blocks them from coming forward. They don't feel like they can come forward because they don't feel they totally have control over this yet. That's some of the people in the collective. Now, I think that is a part of the collective that would be at an earlier point in the twin flame journey, because people that are coming closer to their union, this energy is not what I'm seeing here. What I'm seeing here is reputation, because this is a card where we see this couple here in shadow, and we see this like gossiping energy here. This is also a card about partying and drinking. So there are those of us who are still trying to control drinking, substances, partying. And this masculine in this collective that I feel most strongly, the one that is very close to union, I feel their obstacle right now is that they don't want everyone else to know about this relationship. For some, that means they're still a third party relationship. They're married, because there are those of us in the collective that have people who are married, who have been married, and they've got a past person, whatever. For others, it is purely just they don't want to be seen as weak. They don't want to be seen as having been, like, if the divine feminine herself was a third party while this masculine was in a committed relationship, once they come together, everyone knows about it, and he doesn't want them to gossip. He doesn't want the talk. He doesn't want to do anything that would ruin or hurt his reputation. So there are all those layers: trying to withhold sexual energy, trying to not party, trying to control drinking, and being concerned about what people are going to think about this relationship and about how the masculine has been behaving, because now that he's not doing any of the things that numb the feelings that were there before, he has to feel the feelings. He has to see them. He has to look at it. And this is his obstacle right now. I don't want everybody to know about this. So where did this block originate for the masculine? The 5 of Cups in reverse and the 4 of Swords in reverse. Interesting. So also a lot of resistance in the masculine energy today. I did a Tell Me Everything reading for a personal one that I recorded to send to them right before this reading. And every single one of the masculine cards was in reverse. All of them. And we're looking at that happening again. The only card that's been upright so far is the King of Cups. So this block of not wanting people to know about this relationship, because that's really what I'm feeling very strongly from that imagery on that card today. It comes from when the masculine expresses finally, because the 4 of Cups the 4 of Swords, is being silent. And when it's in its reverse, it's no longer being silent, no longer resting. It's awakening to something. It's, in this case, definitely about expression, communication. When divine masculine communicates or communicated about the 2 cups, it devastated a feminine energy, a third party feminine energy, right? This is the spilled cups. So it either will devastate someone or has devastated someone, or shows that this masculine created a lot of sadness. And so this masculine, because this is a really good person who sees himself as this good person also, he doesn't want to appear so messy, and he doesn't want the energy that is clinging to get hurt. Remember, he's trying to protect something. Something he loves. And there's two loves there. There's a lot of King of Cups, and they don't always juggle cups. So this masculine has got something that he's trying to protect, and this is a higher level relationship because it's up high. And then he has a love down here that no longer benefits from that protection, something that's a lower level for him. But the imbalance is clear. It's like he's been giving more to this love that he's not even willing to protect. No, we did that already. How is this block currently manifesting in the 3D? Holy shit. Queen of Cups in reverse, or Queen of Wands in reverse, I'm sorry, and the Queen of Cups upright. I keep seeing the Queen of Cups also today. And I forgot to point out that where did the block originate is the actual thing we need right now. That Five of Cups, the disappointment. So what's happening? Divine Masculine has this is two queens. To me, this queen I associate with divine feminine energy, spiritual energy, witchy energy a lot. But this can also be signs. We could have, fire sign energy. This card, the Queen of Wands, is associated with the Leo energy. And then we have a water sign, potentially. That could be there. But we're seeing one kind, compassionate, loving, emotionally mastered feminine energy, and one fiery, angry, jealous feminine energy. So there also could be, there's a lot of, hi Ursula. There's a lot of different energies here, right? So this could be potentially the mother of his children, because this is a mothering card. If this is a past karmic or current, like if he's currently married to someone. Hang on one second. I just want to take this because my grandmother is sick. Hello? Hey, I'm on a live feed, but is it about grandma? Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, that makes sense actually. That is possible, especially since she had issues too. All right, well, keep me posted. Okay. I'm sorry. I love you. Okay. Bye. My sister has to go to urgent care. So sorry. Our family is getting hit right now. Okay. Sorry. So this could also be the past, like the current mother of this masculine's children, and the divine feminine who's now angry or jealous. So it's just all these different layers are kind of coursing through here. But there are two queens, and one of them is really, really unhappy. And one is really kind, compassionate, caring, loving, empathetic. So then, what will help remove it? The Moon in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, I just want to point out that every card has been reversed except for this. And this is why I feel that this is the Divine Feminine. And the Queen of Wands in reverse is an angry, jealous, clingy energy. Because to me, this is right now, these are presenting as the divine counterparts to each other. They're the only upright cards in this deck, or in this spread so far. What will help remove the block is if Divine Masculine reveals the truth, even though the truth really is going to hurt. Not telling the truth, the masculine is mistakenly feeling that he is protecting, but he's not protecting, he's hurting. So the Divine Masculine really has to tell the truth. The truth is gonna come out. That's the thing about the truth. You can't keep a lid on it. You cannot. It will come out. Especially if this masculine ever wants to have happiness or peace in his life, because this is the only thing that he desires. So he needs to be honest with himself about the secrets that have hurt so many people and forgive himself for that, or else he won't feel worthy enough to come forward and speak. Who or what should I release from my past to move on? Wow. We have the World upright and the Six of Swords. Very interesting. This is a completion of a karmic cycle for me. And this is moving on from the karmic to complete the union. And I think this is, for some masculines, their whole world. They have to leave behind their whole world and achieve their balance through the pain, like learning, like this masculine really wants to like level up without experiencing the pain, right? That's what the numbing is about. That's what that's what it's all about. But there's no way to birth a creation without experiencing pain. So there definitely needs to be this, and this has got an Empress energy to me too also. So this moving on from the past karmic. Somebody's saying here they feel like it's the mothering energy. Absolutely. They could be the maternal energy. It doesn't have to be a past wife that's a mother of children. That's why I really caution you to tell stories when you are watching these collective readings, because right now there are 5 people that I can see in the room. How could this all be the same story? It's not. It's just an energy that will resonate with you depending on your story. But the masculine absolutely must achieve this inner balance. He must complete these karmic cycles within himself. And he must release this past karmic energy and just move on to the next shore, even if it feels scary because it's uncertain. What can I learn from this current pause? 9 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 2 of Wands. Now, I recently have gained a new perspective on this 2 of Wands card. We associated in the Twin Flame Collective with Twin Flame energy because of the 2 Wands. It's associated with crossroads, decision-making, asking for something, waiting for it to come to its fulfillment, the planning stages for something. There's a relief in the card suggested by the fact that when you ask for it, there's really nothing you have to do. You just sort of have to wait for the universe to co-create it with you. But the new insight that I got on this card, that is something that I haven't really thought that much about because I've been focused on the restlessness of the card. It usually indicates a restlessness feeling. It's actually the fact that it is called in the Hermetic Tarot the Lord of Dominion, because typically this masculine is holding the world in his hand. So it's got boldness, it's got courage in it. It's about being able to actually have dominion over what it is that you've decided to create, to be able to manifest what it is you want. And coming out for me with this 9 of Pentacles in reverse, this is again releasing an attachment to a specific person. So that is coming from that. But it's also no longer being in the energy where you are single anymore, but actually having this sense of yourself as the Lord of dominion, that you are the person who holds the world in your hands. It's up to you to be bold and courageous and believe that you can have what you desire. If what you desire is to come into union with a specific divine feminine, then what the fuck is this about? Blink, blink, blink. Being able to wait for your divine feminine, or to wait to engage in sexual energy for your person, rather than engage with other partners at this time who you don't want to be with. That's what you're learning from this current pause. You're also learning about the twin flame journey itself. What can I look forward to once the obstacle is removed? Well, the 7 of Swords and the Emperor. It's like, you're going to get away with it anyway, divine masculine, you little shit. Why am I not surprised? This is the ability to finally have the strategy that you need to accomplish what it is that you desire, which is what? Dominion. To become the Lord of dominion, to have dominion over this empire, over this world that you've created, but not in an unhealthy way. There are 2 foxes here, not one. This to me indicates that with this feminine energy, you will be able to strategize how to maintain your dominion, to be able to carefully and strategically map a path to be with your feminine without repercussion. But it's 2 minds put together. So this might indicate to me that divine masculine is willing to come forward with a certain amount of privacy so that the 2 of you can strategically figure out how to reveal this twin flame union in its 3D form. All right, let's go look at the feminine side of self. Now, remember, if you're a feminine here and you're here just listening to masculine and then you tune out, you're missing all of the masculine person that you're focused on. You're missing their entire emotional spectrum. All that you really got was the masculine spectrum of how they feel about taking action. You actually are not getting the feminine perspective about how they feel about receiving love. So you're missing out if you mistake this energy as gendered or biological energy. It is not. It is just simply energy within you as a whole person. And you're a person that is a mirror for you, is also comprised of both energies, has the same obstacles in their emotional side that you have in your masculine side. So the other thing is, if I just read this whole side to you, and the only thing that you could think about was this masculine person or a masculine person in your life, and you didn't think about how you didn't want people to know that you were choosing the twin, or that you had this relationship, or what happened behind the scenes, or that you party or numb out and you don't want to do that anymore and you're afraid you don't know if you can suppress that, or that you don't tell the truth, or that you're concerned that you're going to hurt someone's feelings if there's feminine that you're in your life. Like someone here was saying, oh my gosh, this is happening with my friend. It is a huge mistake if you come to these readings and you can't find a way to relate this energy to yourself. If you're only focused on another person, it will take you a very, very long time to manifest your union with the person, because the true counterpart cannot step forward until you love yourself. So until you can really see yourself reflected in all the interactions you have with everyone around you, you will have a difficult time manifesting what you desire. I just want to point that out because I know this is a point where a lot of people sometimes tune out because they think, oh, this is just my side. This is just my feminine side and I don't care about me. So I hope you're still here with me, feminine. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to do now the top and bottom, or I'm sorry, the top of the deck, the general energy surrounding where divine feminine feels blocked, what's bothering her, so to speak. Not surprising. And we're going to use the Tarot of the Divine in the headspace. This is the Tower in reverse. And we're using the Star Spinner Tarot in the heart space, which is the Magician card upright. One of the only truly wizard-looking magician cards I have. I really appreciate that imagery as a Harry Potter fan. So the Tower, huh? In reverse. Definitely thinking about how we need to release something, but reluctant to do it. But it can also be about really wanting something to be initiated. It can also be about reflecting on past Tower moments that have happened. And it can be fearing a Tower moment that isn't here yet, but might come, which really resonates with me. And the Magician upright, this is an energy of feeling our power, but we're on the feminine side, and I have a lot of decks. Incidentally, if you'd like to send me more decks because of these really wonderful moments where I can get all this information from the images themselves, you can go to pearlsprayers.com, click on Tuned In Tarot, and there's a send me a deck button. And there's also like in the description box below, there's a place where you can do that. And I appreciate all the decks I've received. I don't have too many decks. I don't, but I do have a lot, but I don't have too many. Anyway, but these moments are what's created by those gifts. So I thank everybody who sends them to me. What we have is a masculine magician in this card. Now, I have decks that have a feminine in this role, so it strikes me that we're seeing the feminine think of the masculine energy as being powerful manifester and having power over her. And that is, to me, why we're seeing this card in reverse too. It's like I have this masculine has power over me, so much power that I can't resist him. I cannot release him. I can't let him go. And that is what is making me feel stuck. Okay. She also might be really wanting him to initiate the rebuilding of the tower, or feeling like he's manifesting this rebuilding. Here's her block. I love when the universe does this. Your block is a block. Thank you. Thank you for that. But it's actually interesting. It's the 5 of Wands, as you can see here. And it's in reverse. And I feel like this is the brothers. This is the story of the brothers. Hang on a minute. I want to check it. There we go. Yes, the Pandavas. The Pandavas. Pandavas, 5 brothers who embody unity in the face of conflict. The 5 brothers have been known to bicker and play fight, but they also care deeply for one another. A resolution to their strife only comes from good communication. So, interestingly, when this card is reversed, it says compromise, peace, harmony, resolution, and conflict avoidance. What? Divine Feminine, is your block that you avoid conflict or prefer to avoid conflict? or that you are, what was the other word it said? That really jumped out at me too. I just saw the legend of the watermelon. I don't know what that is. Compromise, not wanting to compromise. Okay, so this is in the headspace. 5 of Wands reverse. I also look at this as unblocking or no longer struggling against something. And then we have here the Chariot in reverse as well. A lot of reversals for you, Divine Feminine. You actually have the same number of reversals so far that the masculine started out with. So y'all are in conflict and avoiding it. The Chariot upright is about balance. It is associated with the twin flame connection because of the black and white. I think they're sphinxes or something in the original imagery, but they pull the Chariot. And here we've got cats. Now, cats are independent. They are solo energy. I associate them with 9 of Pentacles, honey. They are single and fabulous. They don't need anybody. They just want. And I think it's very interesting that in this Chariot, they're not even pulling it. They're just sitting here and they're not looking at one another. They're looking away from each other. So a lot of interesting little elements in there for you to chew on. But the Divine Feminine, this is her block. Now, this is also about not being willing to surrender control when it's in its reverse, because upright, you have surrendered to the motion forward. The divine is steering the Chariot and you're just there along for the ride, right? There's the twins and the divine is taking care of it. Okay. Divine Feminine is struggling against her divine flow. She wants to manifest a different outcome. She wants to have a different speed, a different timeline. She wants this to be in her way or the highway kind of thing. And she doesn't want to compromise with the energy. She's like, no, I want this person and I want it by this time. And you must understand this. The first thing, or not the first thing, this is the where this block originates. The King of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Cups. And the Queen of Wands. I might add also that this card about brothers is also a card as I associate with another energy that enters into a stable, healthy foundation, the 4 of Wands, and disrupts the stable, healthy foundation of the twins. So I am being read to filth right now by this reading, and you have no idea how much I'm being read to filth right now in this reading. Holy shit. Because my block is the reason why my masculine is not comfortable revealing our relationship. Love this for us. Anyway, we have a masculine, a divine masculine that doesn't take action. And we have a masculine energy of also divine feminine. You had a ton of cards. You had like so much overthinking and overfeeling. But this is, of course, we saw the wishy-washy energy from this king who doesn't take action, right? So saying I love you and then not doing anything really pisses off this feminine energy. And now I'm wondering, the divine feminine is showing up in her own reading as the Queen of Wands in reverse. So do you see how many layers are here? The masculine can see the divine feminine this way, and he can see the divine feminine this way. Divine feminine can see herself that way. King and Queen of Wands for the feminine, both in reverse. To me, we're talking about her counterpart here. So the twin not taking action and a person in between them. a third party, or the twin not expressing love. It can be about that too. Again, many layers here, but he cannot be expressing his love because of a third party. Now, this doesn't have to be recent. This is in the past placement. This could be something that happened a long time ago. Doesn't even have to be something that happened now, but it was something that happened when Divine Feminine was emotionally reactive and not controlling her ego. And now she's seeing that reflected back to her in this King of Wands in reverse energy. Wow, my readings are very accurate. Holy shit. Okay. I don't know about you all, but I'm like blown away right now by this one. Okay, so what can I do? No. How is this block currently manifesting in the 3D? You've got to be fucking kidding me. Holy shit. The 6 of Wands in reverse, which is divine masculines. Where was that? There was something about not being public, and I said, and it was the 6 of Wands. Am I imagining that? Was that in the, maybe that was in the reading I did earlier today. Oh, that happens sometimes. I think that's what it was. But it's the same meaning as what I was saying here. Not wanting to go public, like this card, wanting to keep this relationship private so that people can't know about it or talk about it or whatever. That's what's happening. Here's the 6 of Wands in reverse. There is no public acknowledgement of the love that is here. And this Queen of Swords energy is accompanying this without public recognition, without this being something that everybody knows about. You can't. No. This is the Queen of Swords being like, bitch, no, you are not allowed to come here. You are not allowed to engage with me. You are not allowed to tease me or be wishy-washy with me. If you can't proclaim that we're together, if you can't not be ashamed of yourself or what happened or whatever it is, you can't come here. And this Divine Feminine is not even being nice about it. She's just like, this is a hard boundary. Remember, she's not compromising on this because she's an Empress. And an Empress doesn't compromise. An Empress isn't a secret. What? No. That's how it's currently manifesting in the 3D. This could also be that the Divine Feminine has this energy that we saw over here that was clinging to the masculine is coming between her ability to achieve public victory. But I caution any feminines who nod, there's someone else that's blocking. That's someone else right here. Take a good hard look in your mirror, because the only people in your life that you interact with every day are mirrors. And if this person is an obstacle for you, then it's a mirror for your internal conflict, which we all know you have. Love you. Okay, let's go on. Oh my God. What can I expect? No. I keep reading the Empress spread. What will help remove it? I also don't even need to look at it. I have it memorized, but I keep looking at it anyway. The Hierophant and the 10 of Cups. What will remove this block, this unwillingness to compromise, is if there is a sacred union here. The Hierophant is marriage. It's a higher level learning, understanding, comprehension of something. It is tradition. It's spiritual. It's a really spiritual card, and it's faith. So for me, I'm seeing if Divine Feminine can have faith that that what she has asked for will be given to her, then this will remove this internal struggle and the unwillingness to go with the flow. Every time there's an obstacle, Divine Feminine doubts that she's going to get what she's asked for. So what will help remove this is if she just has faith in what she believes her higher self can achieve. Sacred union with a physical companion in the 3D that brings her joy. She has to have faith in her fulfillment of her joy and her happiness, which is beautiful. Who or what should I release from my past to move on? We have the Hanged Man, although it is a woman in the image, in reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse. Divine Feminine, stop waiting for an offer from the person from your past. If you're waiting for an offer from this person, stop doing it. What does it mean to stop waiting? It means that everything that you were telling yourself that you will do once this person gives you this offer, you do now without this person. And if you're like, well, how can I possibly do that? Because I need this person to be able to make decisions, then you found where your block is. Remember, I said, if you are not focused on yourself and your healthy, stable foundation, you're focused on a third party. Stop waiting for this offer. Look instead at the offer that you bring to the table. If it doesn't look good enough to you, start to take small steps towards its fulfillment. The other thing that you need to release is the old perspectives you have on your person. You have to release, you have to take anything that you used to see and release it, throw it out, because the person who comes forward to you is not the person from the past. Even if it's the same body, the soul inside is no longer the same. It's a healed and a healthy soul. So the way that you had this offer taken back, withheld, or whatever, forget about that. Let that go. Don't focus on that anymore. Do not wait for an offer, and do not think about how you didn't used to get it. Let that go. This is a new time. Have faith that you are the invisible fiance in the mirror. Okay. What can I learn from this current pause? Apparently you can learn a lot, Divine Feminine. Oh my God. In the same column, in the present moment, right below the Empress, we get the Empress. And coming out with the Empress, we get the Nine of Swords in reverse. No longer fearing the wait. No longer being afraid of waiting. No longer being afraid of being an Empress. That's coming out with the Page of Wands in reverse and the Lovers in reverse. This is so exciting to me. This is all the old ideas about love, which in this very twinny image we have here, those old concepts, those old, immature, childish, gone. You're awakened to a new idea, a new perspective, right? Because if you release the old perspective on how you were not chosen in the past, how you didn't get the offer, if you release that perspective, if you can't think about the separation and all you can think about is the union and how you've achieved it, in yourself, becoming this divine feminine energy. This is Our Lady. This is the Holy Mother. This is what you're learning. No longer immature and focused on lovers, but being focused on this divine feminine energy within self, honoring it, upholding it, praising it, being cherished and cherishing it. What can I look forward to once the obstacle is removed? 9 of Wands upright, and the 9 of Swords again in reverse. No more fear. No more sleep paralysis, demon. No more being stuck in restless nights, but a deep, deep inner healing. This is 2 9s and 3 9s right in a row. You have to look forward to a healing of these old wounds, this victim mentality that kept you a prisoner, right? The fears about Baba Yaga, the witch, also. I'm getting this too, like not fearing your own power, not denying your own power, not hiding away, not isolating either anymore, not being afraid that you're going to be alone forever. All right, let's go to the oracles. So for the obstacles removed, I wanted to do really focused and healing work for you today. So we're going to use only a few oracles here. The first thing that's coming up, actually we did masculine first. Let's do masculine first. First thing that's coming up for the masculine is this message, Flamingo Spirit, and what my dog has. This is her. She has 2 beloved plush toys. The first one I bought her when she came home, or when we picked her up, I named Elephant Gerald. It's a pink elephant. And then Elephant Gerald got decapitated, and I had to sew her head back on. And so I sewed her. As I was doing that, I purchased another pink toy, a pink flamingo, and I named it Floyd, the pink flamingo, obviously. So here's Floyd. And it's embrace the in-between. And you're getting the protection message. This is the 26th card. So masculine, if you're feeling nervous and wobbly, stop worrying about the past and the future. Instead, be present in the moment, balancing. For now is the space in which creativity arises. Creativity is your birthright, but if you're moving too quickly in an attempt to avoid the discomfort of transition, you can blind yourself to the miraculous possibilities that are before you now, and those just coming into being. The past has its lessons and planning has its merits. But right now you may be imbalanced because you're becoming too nostalgic for what once was, or too anxious about what the future might hold. There is time to plan carefully. For now, be still and know that Spirit is here, co-creating with you in this moment. The next step will appear when it needs to appear. Relax into a state of equanimity and balance, so any anxiety can transmute into trust and faith that all will be as it will for the highest good. It's a beautiful message, masculine. You are also getting, I praise the goddess and the god. And for me, this is the masculine. I mean, what he was learning from the current pause was about this twin flame energy, right? And let's see, this is 38. I keep getting this card also. The word meter describes the gods and goddesses of Egyptian philosophy. The word itself loosely translates to force of nature. Ancient Egyptians believed that, like the avatars of the Hindu belief system, these forces were the living embodiments of the infinite universal lessons hidden and found within nature. Unity with nature, the all, being the highest level of understanding one could achieve, true balance, is found through the reconciliation that there is a lesson within every reflection of the life experience, light and dark, life and death, masculine and feminine, the left and right hemispheres of the brain, fear and love. Every perceived pair of opposites makes up two halves of the same whole, and reconciling the space between the perception of duality allows for a balanced scale and faith in the wisdom of all. Confidence in justice, the embodiment of Ma'at, and finding love and acceptance with the all are the never-ending story of consciousness's cycle of life, death, resurrection, and rebirth. This is what it means to honor the ideal of the goddess and the god, not as deities to worship, but rather powers to come into relationship with. It is to honor the holographic energies of nature's forces and appreciate what it means to embody both the masculine and feminine, not as a gendered modus operandi, but as a shimmering of the various qualities of nature. To carry the glow of the god represents an application of the left hemisphere of mind and the energies of science, logic, linear time, binary perception, physical strength, waking reality, and non-attachment. To live in the iridescence of the goddess represents the utility of the right hemisphere of mind and the energies of art, intuition, cyclical time, magic ritual, dream language, the astral realm, and emotion. Finding balance in the synthesis is to live this ideal in the immersive light of truth, to find what is within through what is without, and to uncover idealization without idolization. Wow. Every time I read that card, it's so powerful. Okay, so I'm introducing a daily practice. This is going to help you with removing your obstacle, divine masculine. And ooh, it looks like you got two cards. All right, apparently you have two. The first daily practice you need to introduce is experience centering. Stop for a moment to center several times today. Consider how you feel afterward and how being centered affects you, your day, and those around you. And that is coming out with this card, which says, treat others as you would like to be treated. Consider and treat those whom you interact with as you would like to be treated yourself. The wonderful golden rule. Now, here's the problem with the golden rule. The golden rule has been completely misinterpreted because in our culture, at least, I was taught that you have to treat others as you would like to be treated. But I forgot, or I was never taught, that I need to treat myself that way, the way that I want to be treated first, before I can possibly do anything for anyone else. So the golden rule has been twisted because it leaves out the very powerful thing is like you must, and also it's you must love your neighbor as yourself. It's not treat others as they would treat, it's love your neighbor as yourself. Do unto others as you would have done to you. But yourself must be loved first, or else you don't know how to love anyone else. So divine masculine today needs to center throughout the day. And in that centering process, consider how he would like to be treated, treat himself that way, and then extend that to those around him. This is your theme, divine masculine. The devil. This is what needs to be worked out in the most phallic of all cards. And seeing as you received the other most phallic of tarot cards with this Three of Cups in reverse, there is addiction here that has to be faced. There is sexual energy. There is ego that needs to be faced. And there is a need to stop withholding pleasure from yourself by replacing it with things that make you feel ashamed and thereby negate the pleasure of the experience. People who indulge in something that makes them feel ashamed never experience pleasure from their addiction. Some people can try a drug a few times and never become addicted to it. They experience the pleasure of it, they let themselves feel the pleasure, and there is no shame attached to that behavior. Others take the substance and feel shamed of the activity and the substance and never experience the pleasure fully. And then they keep seeking out not the experience of pleasure, actually. That's what they tell themselves. No, what they're really seeking out is the shame because they feel badly about themselves and they want to prove that it's true. That is addiction. Release your shame towards pleasure. Allow yourself pleasure. Okay, Divine Feminine, your turn. You are getting B Spirit in reverse. Sweet results await, and you are getting the protection message. Now, I think it's interesting that you had a resistance to waiting. And this card is like, but the sweet results, though. Let's see. 7. Your message is, when B Spirit comes as your protector, she asks you to be very honest with yourself. Uh-oh. Do you want to taste the sweet honey others have been making but believe is unattainable for you? Do you wonder how others ended up with so much magical honey when you seem to have none? Have you bought into the illusion of separation and become convinced that you can't have what others in the hive enjoy? Do you separate from the hive to do it all on your own or to hoard what honey you have, unwilling to trust that there is plenty of support and plenty of sweetness to go around? If you have been overworking and overdoing and have not given yourself any time to enjoy the sweetness of your life, B Spirit is telling you to stop and recharge. Perhaps you're afraid that if you don't get something done, it just won't get done. However, even busy bees need to take a break, and when they do, the honey still gets made. So remind yourself that sweetness is everywhere and available to you always when you need it. And you know what else I will say for this? I've been married before, and there were good and bad things about that marriage and that person and that relationship. But the one thing that I will say is that your alone time when you live with someone goes down dramatically. And right now, because you're alone and you think that being in union is going to make you happier instead of making yourself happier in other ways, you think that sounds like not so shabby. But right now, there is sweetness all around you in this time that you are not in union with this person. And you're not tasting it. Just like the masculine is withholding pleasure, you're withholding the pleasure of being independent, the pleasure of enjoying your own space, your own time, your own desires, your own choices about things. And I know that you want to share those things, and I support that, and I agree with it, and I know that it will happen for you. But I also know that when you reflect upon your past, if you don't taste the sweetness that's there right now, you will regret it a little. You'll go back and you'll be like, I should have watched that series. I knew he wasn't going to want to watch that. Do what you want to do now and have a good fucking time. Get in it. Get deep in it and have a good time. Divine Feminine, I communicate with compassion is your card today. And I love how she has that bowl on her lap. It's a open to receiving kind of an image. And I don't know that I've read this one before or that I remember it. Communication and compassion both share layers of meaning and manifestation. Each has the ability to affect through expression and iteration. Looking at their fusion, we may be reminded of the ancient Egyptian goddess Hathor, who was the personification of love, beauty, music, dance, maternal energies, and joy. and is further embodied as the goddess Aphrodite for the Greeks and Venus to the Romans. It was believed that Hathor's heart shone through life, death, transformation, and transfiguration. In waking life, she took on different attributes of meters as needed, animals such as the cow or the cat and the cosmos. She was often depicted as the embodiment of the Milky Way. In the life of the underworld, she acted an usher through the afterlife, greeting the dead with refreshments and comfort. Every iteration of the Hathor life force found resonance with tenderness and a type of sympathetic communication that expressed the necessary magic of the moment as she could feel, sense, think, and embody within a twinkling of time. Compassion as something to actively communicate is a fluid ideal that transforms with each expression and sentiment depending on what metaphorical cards are dealt in coping with the situation at hand. A reminder of the virtues of compassion finds resonance in the suits of the minor arcana of the tarot, energetic correspondences of the elements of Hathor's heart. Compassion, like the suit of cups, which may be filled and drank from, is a feeling of a relationship to the matter at hand. Compassion can be in a thought, like the suit of swords, which communicates its power through action and discernment. Compassion, like the suit of pentacles, can be a sensation in the way of a hug or an expression of affection where matter is met with mindfulness. Compassion, like the suit of wands, is something that can be intuited and expressed through the silent holding of space when it's needed. Body language and living language rooted in kindness and a loving nature are the embodiment of the humane, the life force of nature applied through empathetic elucidation, and a fluency in the great faculties of the senses as the vehicle to affect through affection. Affection being eternally effective in life, death, and all of the dimensions in between. So, Divine Feminine, have compassion for the masculine energy and the obstacles the masculine energy must overcome. Have compassion for yourself and the way that it feels to have to wait for something that you know is really worth the wait, and to understand that it is not something that should be taken personally, but something that is actually divine and allowing for you to achieve your refinement, which you have requested in coming into union with someone who is your soul. Your daily practice is become one with surroundings. Be present in your environment and notice the movement, sounds, and smells around you. Remember that you are one with all that is. So take time throughout the day to really be present. Do it right now. Listen to the sounds in the room that you're in, the sounds coming around my voice, the ambient sounds that accompany this recording. Feel the seat you're sitting in, where the position your body is in. If there's something that's uncomfortable that you haven't adjusted in a minute, do it now. Be present today. Your card for your theme, rather, for this week is justice, adjustment, balance, truth. I think you need to do yourself justice. Look at what the masculine side has to overcome, right? The devil. How do we overcome the devil? Through the truth, right? The truth cuts through illusions. And the justice card brings the truth. All right, we're at the end of the reading. We're going to close out with these cards, which are in union for both of the twins. This is the point where I tell you to please go to pearlsprayers.com, click Tuned In Tarot, click support if you'd like to send a gratuity for this free reading. You can also send me a deck, and you can book personal readings. It is December 8th. It is not too far away that I will be drastically altering how I do personal readings. They will all be pre-recorded for the most part. The affordability for some of them is going to go down a little bit. So the 150, the ones that are 150 now, those are going to go down to 122 because I will not be virtually doing those. If you want to virtually have readings with me, it's going to be $333 for a 2-hour session because that is how long they take. And I have tried to get it under that, but I cannot. And when I do virtual sessions, it is much deeper than just the reading. It is the healing session, and it just takes a lot more energy. And a lot of times that person ends up wanting to work with me in a different capacity. So because of that, I am just going to have to limit how many personal readings I can do. So after Christmas, the virtual sessions are going to be very limited, but the pre-recorded versions of Obstacles Removed and Release and Rebuild, those sessions are going to come down a bit in price. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to take advantage of those virtual sessions, now is the time to do it. I will be having payment plans available on the site. That should be completed by Thursday. So by tomorrow. So there will be that. If you need the ability to pay over time, Affirm is going to be available on the site. And the schedule. Yes, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll be doing Tell Me Everything. Friday I will be doing Release and Rebuild. Saturday or Sunday I will be with Grace Strega for an hour on TikTok doing live readings, and then another hour on Instagram where you get to choose your own personal reading. If you missed that, you can go and catch the one from last week or from the week before to choose a personal reading. Those are really fun. So take advantage of those if you missed it. All right, let's close out this reading. Starfish Spirit, open to infinite possibility, page 59. I hope my sister's okay. All right. When cynicism says no, Starfish Spirit says yes 1,000 times over. Are you willing to entertain new possibilities? Are you limiting your goals in order to be realistic and cutting yourself off from the power of dreaming big? Let go of your rigid beliefs about what is possible for you, and let Starfish Spirit inspire you to open your heart and your eyes to what Spirit has available to you. Now is a time to stretch beyond the familiar and unfurl yourself, for you are meant for more than you are imagining for yourself. Spirit wants the best for you and will support you in achieving whatever intention you hold dear. I always feel it's the best to release whatever you think you need, because whatever you think you need is so small. It is so much smaller than what you're actually capable of achieving. So let it go and just trust that the universe knows what you need, and follow your intuition along the path. It will show you exactly where you need to go. Wow, for the twins right now, I relate in peace. That I would love, would be wonderful. I would be so for it. I would be into it. Let's relate in peace every day. All right, number 12. The word peace is defined as freedom from disturbance, quiet, and tranquility, but also finds its origins in the Anglo-French word paix, which is freedom from civil disorder. Rest in natural great peace, this exhausted mind, beaten helpless by karma and neurotic thought, like the relentless fury of the pounding waves in the infinite ocean of samsara. That's a quote from Nyosho Khenpo Rinpoche. Human beings are living, breathing metaphors, each a tiny universe enveloped in the elements. In the BBC program Wonders of the Universe, the great physicist Brian Cox once stated that we are the cosmos made conscious. And perhaps this consciousness we participate in throughout our life experiences, part of the ordered chaos of the great cosmic scheme. The infinite ocean of samsara can be thought of as the never-ending process of creation, creating cosmic awareness, dreamers dreaming dreams, death being but a door to rebirth, and birth being a pathway for the process to begin yet again. Mystics of days gone by knew of this infinite cycle and studied the sacred nature of humans as a piece of poetry in motion, ordered creation which mimics the divine mind of the universe. Each person was studied for what they are, The physical manifestation of the body was believed to be the spirit molded into form, humanity as the analog, the universe as the digital. Each function of the body viewed as a sacred code of the corporeal. I relate in peace as an ideal, allows for ordered civility and reality programmed with peaceful tranquility, as we consciously flow through samsara's infinite ocean with embodied serenity and acceptance of our relationship to life and all of its processes and passages. And I just feel a strong need for the two of the twins to be at peace within themselves, to release this inner struggle. Here are your affirmations. I guess that's the card that we got from the deck. So this, instead of a daily practice, as the union, it's kind of interesting because you each got a daily practice. And now here's your affirmations that you can say as a union. I enjoy taking time to care for myself. I surrender to the flow of spirit through me and let it guide me. May my heart be vibrant, compassionate, and filled with generosity and kindness. My body is vibrant and strong. I choose to live this day with love and joy. So you can either choose one of those or all of them and say them throughout your day today. And when you say an affirmation, think about it. Don't just say it. When you say, I enjoy taking time to take care of myself, do that. Take time to take care of yourself and enjoy it. And your theme for the week, we got the same theme. It's the same theme, Ace of Pentacles. And it's that reflection of your own offer, and it's giving and receiving prosperity, wealth, and abundance. If masculine can face his fears and no longer withhold pleasure, and feminine can come into balance within self and embrace the truth, we could see offers on the table here. Offers being made. All right. I hope that helps everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. For those of you that stay for the full amount of time, I think that it takes a lot of work that we're all doing here, and I see you, and I'm very thankful for you. And I was going to say something else now, and it's gone. I'm working on a course for nourishment. Oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. It's called Becoming the Empress. And it's going to be, the beginning of it is going to involve the 10 principles of intuitive eating. And it's going to address our relationship with our body and adornment and pleasure. And I'm starting that on January 1st. It's going to be available. It's self-directed, self-guided course. You just go to the website and purchase the course, and you can take the course whenever you want. It's going to have 4 lectures and 4 weeks of journal prompts and rituals to help you get more in tune with your body, more in tune with your cravings and honoring them. And I really hope it helps. I have had years of eating disordered behaviors that I have released myself from to a certain extent. And I have some resources that I've used, and I've kind of put them all together and put my own take on it and put it in the context of the divine feminine. There will be, in the lectures, there will be some cards that will be pulled, and there will be healing practices and different things that will be recommended and suggested through those divine messages. So it's a combination of my divine messages and the information I've learned about intuitive eating. If you're interested in that, stay tuned. It will be available after Christmas for the first of the year, for those of you that want to do the getting in tune with your body instead of going on a diet. If you'd rather not go on a diet on January 1st and instead fully embrace the pleasure of satiating your deepest cravings, you would probably want to go ahead and try that pre-recorded course. And it's going to be really, really modest. So it's not going to be super, super huge financial commitment at all. So I hope everybody can take advantage of it. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to leave. I was supposed to do production with my bassist today, but he said he had jury duty. And then I said, well, if you don't get a murder trial that lasts for 6 months and an enforced sequestering, I guess I'll see you next week. So I'm gonna do a lot of research and development today instead. Have the best day, everybody. You might catch me on TikTok later. I'm thinking about doing homework sessions, or like I'm going to call it Coven Hall, where you're just like sitting there and you can work on whatever you're working on, and then we'll take 20-minute breaks to chat and I'll pull a card or something because I have no self-discipline. Okay. All right. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a gorgeous day today. Take care, everybody.